Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn the cosine rule of trigonometric ratios. Please understand that you use the sine rule or the cosine rule only when we have a non-right angle triangle. That is for the normal triangle. So if this is your triangle ABC, you will use your letters, the capital letters, capital A, capital B, and capital C for your angles. And the side opposite to the angle A would be labeled as small a. Side opposite to the angle B, that is capital B, would be labeled as small b. And side opposite to angle C, that is your capital C, should be labeled as small c. Taking this triangle into consideration, if you have to find sides, okay, so if you have to find sides b square, so it would be a square plus c square, that is the squares of the remaining two sides. Add the squares of the remaining two sides minus 2ac cos b. Now you can use modification of the formulas. If instead of B, you have to find side A, so you would write A square. Instead of cos B, you would write cos A, and it would be B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. If you want to find the side C, if you're finding the side C, then your modification would be you would write C square over here and cos C over here, and the formula would be a square plus b square minus 2ab cos c. So this is the cosine rule for finding the sides. This is everything that you need to know about the cosine rule. Cosine rule for finding the angles. If you're finding cos b, okay, the angle b, so it would be cos inverse. Okay, cos inverse what? You're finding the angle b, so it would be a square plus c square minus b square over 2ac. Modification is that you would minus this. If you're finding angle b, you would minus b square. If you're finding angle a, you would minus a square. If you're finding angle c, you would minus c square. This is the modification that you need to know. So if you're finding angle a, cos a, so it would be b square plus c square minus a square over 2bc. If you're finding angle C, so it would be a square plus b square minus c square over 2ab. You would minus the side that is opposite the angle that you are finding. Remember, you will minus the side that is opposite the angle that you are finding. Keeping this formulas in mind, there is another hint that is attached. The key facts about triangles. What is the key fact about triangles? The largest angle of your triangle would be opposite to the largest side. So your largest angle would be opposite to the largest side. Your smallest angle would be opposite to the smallest side of the triangle. So these are certain key facts. Remember, you can apply cosine rule to find sides and angles only if your triangle is a non-right angle triangle. Let's do some examples. Okay, you have to calculate the length of side AB. Now, since you have to calculate the length of side AB, you are going to use the formula that is related to the sides. Now, the markings are already given to you. If you see, this is side AB, which is the side C, opposite to angle C. So since you're finding the length of the side AB, that is C, so you would put the formula C square is equal to A square plus B square. You will minus what? minus 2ab, and it would be cos c. This is the modification formula that you use. Now you start substituting the values. So what is a square? A square is 6.5 the whole square plus 8.7 the whole square minus 2. A is 8.7, B is 6.5, cos of 100, cos C. And you would get C would be the root of all this. If you put all this on the calculator, you would get C is equal to, if you see, I put all this on the calculator, I'm getting my C is equal to 4.517, which is equivalent to 4.52. That's it. Let's try to apply the cosine rule. Now here they have told you what you have to find. You have to find the size of the smallest angle. So you should know that the smallest angle should be opposite to the smallest side. So my smallest side is 3 centimeter. That means the smallest angle would be angle C. That means I have to find cos of C. Okay. So the modification would be minus C square. So since you have to find the smallest angle, I will use, that is angle C. So I'll use the formula cos of C is nothing but it is equal to, I will put this side as C. You should name the side so it's easier for you. Okay. The side opposite to angle A would be A. Side opposite to angle B would be your small b. So cos of C would be a square plus b square minus c square over 2ab. I need to find angle C. So C would be cos inverse. What is a square? That is 5 square. B is 6 square. C is 3 square upon 2 over 2ab, that is 2 into 5 centimeter into 6 centimeter. You put this all on the calculator. What do you have to do? Since you need cost inverse, you would press shift and then you press cos. So that would give you cos inverse. Now you put this all on your calculator. It is, you need fraction. So you press shift cos, cos inverse, and you need this in fraction. So it is 5 square. So this is 5 square plus 6 square minus 3 square divided by 2 into 5 into 6. So it is, cos inverse is how much? So if you put this on the calculator, you would get the value of your angle C, which is nothing but C is equal to 29.92, or you could say 29.93 degrees. Okay. So there is one thing you need to understand over here is, if your question is concerning the length or angles, you want to find your lengths or you have to find your angles in the triangle, which is not a right angle triangle. So you may need the sine rule or cosine rule. You have to decide if it is a right angle triangle or not. If it is a right angle triangle, you are going to use the rule SOHCAHTOA. Okay. If it is not a right angle triangle, then you would use your sine rule or you would use your cosine rule. Okay. If it is a right angle triangle and there is no angles that is involved, then you will use your Pythagoras theorem. If it is a right angle triangle and there are angles involved, then you can straightforward use your trigonometry with your SOHCAHTOA. If it is not a right angle triangle, you would need the sine rule and the cosine rule. So your cosine rule tells you that if you have a triangle and the triangle is not a right angle triangle and there are no pairs of sides that are matching, no matching sides, then you would need the cosine rule, which tells you that if you have your triangle ABC, your A square would be equal to B square plus C square. So this is what your cosine rule tells. Now you have a triangle. You have to find side X. Okay. So first thing that you need to ask yourself is it a right angle triangle? Answer, no. Are there any matching pair? No. So not a right angle triangle, no matching pair. So which rule will you use? I will use the cosine rule. Now you have to start labeling the sides and the angles. So it is always preferable that the side that you want to find, label it as A. So I will label the side that I want to find as A and the angle that is opposite to it as capital A. Then I can label B and C anything that I want. So the side that I've labeled as B, angle opposite to it would be the capital B. Side that I've labeled as C, the angle opposite to it would be my capital C. So now I need to find the cosine rule to find what? I need the cosine rule to find the sides. So what does my cosine rule say? A square is equal to B square plus C square. So I would write it. I'm using the cosine rule, which says A square is equal to B square plus C square. Now these are the modifications that is there. You would do minus 2BC, and since it is A, I would write cos A. Okay, these formulas you should know very clearly. Now you have to find side A, so it would be the root of. Let's take over here. On your calculator, you want to find A, so it would be the square root of B square plus C square. C square is what? 9. Okay, plus C square, then minus 2BC. So minus 2BC, B is 12, C is 9, cos A. What is A? 20. So you get your answer as your A is nothing but, 1 minute. Okay, if you look over here, my B is 12. So I get my answer as A square. Let's recheck. A square is equal to B square, that is 12 square, plus 9 square. Is this 12 square? No. So I will put this over here. 12 square plus 9 square minus 2 into 12 into 9 into cos of 20. So I'm getting my answer as A is equal to I put everything on the calculator. So I got A is equal to 4.693. So I would say my A was nothing but it was my X. So X is equal to 4.69 centimeter. Now just ensure that everything you put on the calculator, you even write it. Now one for you to try, you can pause the video, okay? Try it yourself and then go and look at the answer. I hope you've already tried it. Now what do? We do a square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc, and I would write cos a. Okay. What do I have to find? I have to find my theta, and my theta was a. Okay. The angle a. So I am going to just substitute the values. 9 square is equal to 6 square plus 9 square minus 2, 6 into 9 cos A. Instead of this, I can use my formula directly to find cos A. My cos A formula is what? Or my cos theta. It is equal to B square plus C square. This would be 2BC. What you have to find is a square. So I would do minus a square. This is what I have taught you right in the beginning, that you have to find the angle. You will use this formula. So since I had to find the angle, I am going to use this formula. I'm pasting it over here for your reference. So what do you have to do? I'll just put on my calculator. Okay, I want to find cos A. Come on. It's a fraction, so I will use the fraction symbol. B square, 6 square, B square plus C square plus 10 square minus A square. What is A square? 9 square divided by what? 2BC, that is 2 into 6 into 10. Okay, so whatever it is, it would be cos inverse. So my A would be cos inverse of this entire thing. So it would be cos inverse of 0.458. So if I want inverse, I would put shift cos. So I am getting my angle A, my theta as 62.72 degrees. It has everything to do with the calculator. Now, these are some questions that you need to do it yourself. If you need the videos, you can pause the video and then you can do it yourself.